Have you ever seen an employee engagement surveyor, an all-hands meeting, where the employees seem to be engaged at all? Do you have trouble getting people to speak up in meetings? Do you feel like your team isn't trusting you? Are you having trouble recruiting or retaining talent? All of these problems can be solved with one powerful tool that you may not even be aware of. It's called the Confidence Multiplier, and once you understand how it works, you'll be able to see why it's so important for building high-performing teams, for driving retention, and ultimately creating a thriving organization. There's a simple formula for calculating the confidence multiplier. It's pretty straightforward. You take the percentage of employees who say they trust their manager, add it to the percentage of employees who believe in the company's vision and strategy, then multiply by the amount of effort each person is willing to put into their work. The result is your confidence multiplier. This number represents the combined power of trust and belief, and when it's high, employees are more likely to stay with the organization. In fact, organizations with a high confidence multiplier are 37% less likely to lose their top talent. That's a huge number. But what does this really mean? Why should you care about the confidence multiplier? The answer is simple. When employees trust their managers and believe in the company's vision, they're more likely to stay. So if you want to retain your top talent, you need to focus on building trust and belief within your organization. But how do you do that? The good news is that there are some simple things you can start doing today to begin to build trust and belief, and in turn, increase your confidence multiplier. So here's the first step. Show empathy towards others. Empathy is key to building trust and psychological safety. When employees feel that their managers understand and care about them as individuals, they're more likely to trust them. Showing empathy doesn't mean being overly emotional or letting your personal feelings interfere with your professional judgment. It just means taking the time to understand where your employees are coming from and acknowledging their perspectives. For example, if a team member is struggling to meet a deadline, instead of simply pushing them to work harder, try to understand the reasons behind their slow progress. There could be something personal going on that you're not aware of, or they may just need some additional support. By taking the time to show empathy, you'll build trust and psychological safety, which will ultimately lead to increased retention. Here's another thing you can do. Provide clear expectations. One of the biggest reasons employees leave their jobs is because they feel like they're not being valued or appreciated. When expectations are unclear, it can lead to misunderstandings, frustration, and ultimately turnover. That's why it's so important to set clear expectations from the get-go. When you hire someone, make sure they understand what is expected of them in terms of both performance and behavior. Give them specific feedback on how to improve and recognize them when they do a good job. By setting clear expectations and following through on them consistently, you'll create an environment of psychological safety and trust where employees feel valued and appreciated, and that leads to better retention. Now let me tell you another secret. Empower employees to make decisions. Another way to increase the retention of your employees is to give them more autonomy and control over their work. When employees feel like they have the power to make decisions that affect their work, they're more likely to be engaged and satisfied with their jobs. Of course, this doesn't mean giving up control or micromanaging your team. It just means providing employees with the resources and authority they need to make decisions on their own. For example, let employees choose what projects they want to work on or how they want to approach a task. When you empower employees to make decisions, they're more likely to feel a sense of ownership and pride in their work, which leads to increased engagement and retention. And we're just getting started. Here's another tip. Recognize and reward employees. We all want to feel appreciated, and when we're not, we're likely to look for work elsewhere. That's why it's so important to take the time to recognize and reward your employees for their hard work. Recognition doesn't have to be expensive or extravagant. A simple thank you or a small bonus can go a long way toward making employees feel appreciated. When you show your employees that you're paying attention and that you care, they're more likely to feel valued and appreciated, which leads to increased retention. But wait, there's more. Let me tell you another secret. Encourage work-life balance. Work-life balance is a major concern for employees today, and when companies fail to support it, employees are likely to leave. That's why it's important to encourage employees to take time off when they need it and to make sure they have the flexibility to manage both their work and personal lives. When employees feel like their company supports their work-life balance, they're more likely to be satisfied with their jobs and stay with the company. Let me share another powerful tool with you. Foster open communication. Communication is key to building trust and transparency within an organization. When employees feel like they can communicate openly and honestly with their managers, they're more likely to trust them and believe in the company's vision. That's why it's important to create an environment where employees feel comfortable sharing their ideas and concerns. Hold regular team meetings, both formal and informal, and make sure employees know that you're always available to talk. When you foster open communication, employees feel more connected to the company and are more likely to stay. And remember, consistency is key. All of these tips are useless if you only implement them once or twice. To see real results, you need to make these practices a part of your company's culture. That means embedding them into your company's DNA and making sure every employee understands and buys into them. It also means holding yourself and your managers accountable for living these values every day. You may be wondering, how can I possibly show empathy, provide clear expectations, empower employees to make decisions, recognize and reward employees, encourage work-life balance, and foster open communication at the same time? It seems impossible, but don't worry, I have the perfect solution for you. It's called a leadership platform. With its intuitive design and easy-to-use tools, you can easily track employee engagement, measure the impact of your retention efforts, and make data-driven decisions to improve retention. Plus, you can use the platform's analytics to identify trends and patterns in employee data, which can help you develop more targeted and effective retention strategies. In addition to its powerful analytics, the platform also provides you with a suite of tools to help you implement the best retention practices. For example, you can use the platform's Pulse survey tool to check in with employees regularly and get real-time feedback. Or you can use the platform's goal-setting tool to help employees set clear goals and track their progress over time. And the platform's recognition tool makes it easy to recognize and reward employees for their contributions. And here's the best part. The platform integrates with your existing HRIS, so you don't have to worry about collecting and analyzing data manually. It's easy to use and can be implemented quickly, so you'll see results in no time. Imagine having a single platform that allows you to easily track employee sentiment, predict turnover, engage employees, and recognize high performers. The platform makes it possible. And it's no wonder 9 out of 10 customers renew their contract year after year. Don't wait. Take the first step toward building a more engaged and productive workforce today. Try the platform for free and see the difference it can make in your organization. As you can see, increasing the retention of your employees is crucial for the success of your business. By implementing the tips and strategies outlined in this video and using the platform's tools, you can create a positive work environment that values and supports its employees. Remember, your employees are your most valuable asset. Invest in them and watch your business thrive.